welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, June 5th. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Like and subscribe this video. I woke up kind of late this morning. You know, my sleeping pattern, it's off because of my husband's work schedule. So I wake up during the week. I go to bed early. I go to bed probably, I'm in bed no later than 9:30. But I wake up like around 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't get back to sleep until probably like 6 or 7. And I'm trying to get on a schedule where that's the time I wake up so I can get up, go to have my breakfast, go to the gym, go to work. But it's like I'm exhausted when I wake up in the morning because my sleeping pattern is off. So I'm trying to find something. If you have any suggestions, comment below. Give me some suggestions. Is there a supplement I can take? I try to fall asleep with some earbuds, earphones or earbuds in my ear. Listen to like a paradigm shift, like affirmations. So I can unlearn some things that's in my subconscious. I try to do that a lot. It works sometimes it doesn't. Try not to have a drink every night to help me go to sleep. That was a problem that I had too. I would have a cocktail every night I go to sleep so I could stay asleep. But not doing that anymore. So today I want to talk about, my mom asked me, my father got killed when I was 7 years old. So my mom asked me, Nikki, how do you feel? Let me rephrase how she said. How do you feel not growing up with your dad? And I was like, you know what, Mom? I said, I don't feel anything because I remember my dad, but it's like I don't miss anything. I remember my dad, he was really nice to me. But at that time when my father even got killed, he and my mom was separated. And at the time I was 7 years old, I think my mom probably was like 27 at the time. And my dad, he was 27. Yeah, my dad was 27 also. So I don't remember. And a lot of memories of my dad are not good. Well, I can't see. Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying a lot of memories of my dad are not good, because they are. The memories that I have of my dad, they are good memories. My dad was a good dad to me that I knew of. But listening to my mom, my dad wasn't a good husband. So when I grew up, my mom, she never had a lot of good things to say about my dad. I know that once my dad did die, my dad, even at that young age, he held a lot of great jobs. Did he keep them? He had a lot of great jobs. I know he moved to Detroit to work for with the car plant up there, Ford. He moved up there and worked there. I do remember as a little girl, him being the cameraman on this local TV station here, WKRG. I can remember me and my youngest brother would see him behind the camera, and we're yelling at the TV, Dad, 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 Dad. I remember that. And people who know my dad, they would tell me, one thing about your dad, he always had a good job. And that was at the age of 20, he was 27 when he got killed. But my mom said he wasn't a good a good husband. So she tells us her memories or her take on my dad. I can remember not too long ago, probably about a year or two ago, my mom said something, about my dad. And I told her, I said, Mom, stop. I said, my dad has been dead now for like 30 something years, and you still have bad things to say about him. And I said, you've been married 3 times since my dad, and every time you get a divorce from one of your husbands, you always go back to my dad's last name. So that's confusing. But you're projecting your story or your take on how my dad was. And I tell her as an adult woman now, I was like, Mom, y'all were so young. I said, y'all were so young during that time. And I know he made a lot of mistakes. He was 27 when he got killed. My mom was 19 when she had my oldest brother, 21 when she had me. So her and my dad were the same age. So he was a young man, and he made a lot of mistakes. So not taking up for him, but she just never painted him as a good. He wasn't a good man to her, so she projected that onto us as though he wasn't a good father to us. And that's what we as women do to our children. I see that with my son now with his daughters. My son is an excellent dad to his daughters. He may not be in a financial position that he should be, but when he is, he gets his daughters and have his daughters anyway. They prefer to be around his dad. They love their mom. He doesn't say anything against their mom. But my son, he's a good father. He really is. And I guess he's a good father because his father wasn't around when he was growing up. So that makes him want to be a better father to his daughters. Yeah, my mom even told my mom even was trying to tell my son something bad about my dad. And that would have been his grandfather. So, I mean, your story, women, our story is not the children's story. Stop projecting that onto the children and the grandchildren. Some men are not good husbands. They're not good boyfriends. And they can't be good fathers because of the hurt we have, because the relationship didn't work out or is not working out. So we project that onto the children, and it's unfair to the children, and it's unfair to the man who's trying to be a father to the children. He may not be a good husband or boyfriend, because my son's father, he was a horrible, horrible boyfriend. But he was a great dad during the time he was out to his son. And I never tried to take that away from him. I would tell him all the time, even when our relationship was going sour, I would say, we don't have to be in a relationship. And I was young. I was like, my son when I was 19. So I was like, we don't have to be in a relationship. Let me show you how it is just to be with someone and we could co-parent together. Now I'm thinking like this at the age of 20, 21. And he was like, no. But he was young. I was young. He knew he wasn't doing right by me, but that's a whole totally different story. But when I was 19, 20 years old, even as a young lady, I thought different. I'm just gonna say I thought different than other women thought. And I still do. And I'm not taking it back. Yeah, but the main thing I wanna leave in this video, maybe a man is not a good husband or a father. I mean, good husband or a boyfriend. But that doesn't mean he's not a good father. And stop projecting that onto the children or the grandchildren. Are you guilty of doing that, women? Are you guilty of being resentful because the man was not a good boyfriend or a good boyfriend or husband to you, and you stop him from being a father or a grandfather to his children or grandchildren? My son has that problem with one of his daughter's mom, because he has two women who has two different women who has a child each from him. Now his youngest little girl, which is 4, her mom and my son, they can get into it, but she is not going to stop him from coming to get his daughter or seeing his daughter or his daughter talking to him, because she knows that their daughter loves their dad, and she grew up without a dad in her life. So she says that she doesn't want her daughter to, grow up feeling or being the same way she grew up, how she grew up. Even though her mother and father wasn't together, her dad, you know, told her that the mom wouldn't let him come around. So I don't know how true that is. But my oldest granddaughter, mom, and this is the girl he was in a long-term relationship with. She broke up with him. She moved on with her life moved on in another relationship. But, you know, after they broke up, but the relationship didn't last. Or the relationships she gets into, they don't last long. So, every time she gets mad at anyone in the family, she snatches the grandbaby from us, snatches her from us. So, we have gotten immune to it, and we're like, you know what? It used to hurt me so bad because that was my first grandbaby. It used to hurt me so bad. My husband used to say, baby, it's okay. It's okay. She's going to come back around. And I was like, no, you don't understand. And sure enough, she would come back around. But with the time she gets mad at my son, she gets mad at everybody in the whole family. And she pulls. And it's so confusing to my grandbaby. It's so confusing. But that's whole another topic too. So I'm leaving. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. I'm heading to work now. Comment below. Guys, women, comment below. Are you guilty of not being a good husband or boyfriend, and that stopped you from being a good father or grandfather to your children and grandchildren? Women, are you guilty for keeping the children away from the father because of the relationship between you and the father or husband? We have to stop that. We have to stop that. No matter how or what transpired in the relationship or the marriage, we have to show our children that even though it didn't work out between me and your dad, he's still your dad. And somehow we're still going to be family. Thank you for tuning in my channel. Check me out tomorrow. I have a great topic tomorrow as well. Have a great day.